Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into, well, one of the most compelling and honestly tragic stories from the final days of World War II.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're talking about a top secret mission, a ship whose journey was just completely shrouded in mystery.
And it ended in, well, unimaginable tragedy.
Exactly. But it also remarkably played this critical role in changing the course of history. So let's set the scene. Picture this. It's a clear, crisp morning, July 16th, 1945.
Right.
And there's this sleek vessel, the USS Indianapolis, sitting at anchor, just poised for a mission of immense, completely unrevealed importance.
In this deep dive, it isn't just about secret cargo and tragic loss. It's really a profound look at the human side of war.
Yeah.
The incredible burden of command secrecy, the sacrifices people make without even knowing it sometimes, and the devastating ripple effects of even small missteps.
Right.
So you have Captain Charles B. McVay III, a really seasoned officer, and he gets these incredibly cryptic orders, a mission he just couldn't fully get his head around.
What did they actually tell him?
Well, basically deliver components of what they call the most powerful weapon ever created. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Wow.
And it was guarded by two civilians who apparently treated their cargo like their lives depended on it, all headed for Tinian Island. So this mix of a critical mission and just extreme secrecy, it really it set the stage for this dramatic tale. Mm-hmm. It connects individual actions to these huge global consequences, even when the individuals themselves had no clue about the real weight of what they were doing.
That level of secrecy is just incredible. Did the sources give any hint about the psychological burden that must have put on Captain McVay, knowing so little about something so important, carrying, well, whatever that cargo was?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's clear from the records that the weight of the unknown was immense. Think about it. The crew, 11,196 sailors and Marines, they were just going about their routines,
right,
completely unaware of the historical weight their ship was about to carry. Captain McVay himself, he wasn't told much more. Just, there's this lead line to create these two civilians, Dr. Robert Furman and Lieutenant Colonel James Nolan, who aren't talking.
Tight-lipped.
Totally. Okay. The order stamped top secret, and, well, there was just no time for questions. As the Indianapolis pulled out from Mare Island Naval Shipyard in California, you can imagine the mood. A mix of excitement, maybe some unease.
Yeah, I bet.
The crew definitely sensed something big was happening, whispers about what this mystery cargo could be. And those civilians guarding the crate, doing strict shifts, their cryptic conversations, only deepened the intrigue.
So despite all that tension about the secret cargo, the sources suggest the journey itself was surprisingly calm. Like you had these men just living out their daily routines oblivious.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Surprisingly so. You've got sailors unknowingly carrying, the world's most destructive weapon at that point. And they're just doing what sailors do. Playing poker, reading letters from home, watching movies on deck. It's those really mundane, everyday moments that highlight the profound irony of it all.
Yeah.
These weren't like hardened spies. They were mostly young guys just living their life totally oblivious to the historical significance. But Captain McVay, he kept that ship pushing, maximum speed.
He knew time was critical.
Absolutely. Delays were just not acceptable. His orders were crystal clear. That package had to reach Tinian on schedule.
And when it finally arrived, did anyone on the crew have any inkling then about what they just delivered?
Not really, no. Not at all. July 26th, the Indianapolis pulls into Tinian Island, still under this cloak of secrecy. The crew watches this mysterious cargo get unloaded with extreme care.
They must have known something was up.
Oh, word had definitely spread that this wasn't just another supply run. But, the true significance, no idea. That crate held uranium-235.
The critical component.
For the little boy bomb. The one that would soon be dropped on Hiroshima. For the crew, though, it's just, okay, job done. Another mission accomplished. For history, it was, a massive turning point, pretty much sealing the fate of the war.
And you'd think with that critical delivery made, maybe the crew could finally breathe a sigh of relief.
You would think so.
But their mission and their ordeal was far from over. As the Indianapolis was cutting through the dark waters of the Pacific, it was completely unaware that a predator was lurking beneath the waves.
That predator was the Japanese submarine I-58, commanded by Captain Mochitsuru Hashimoto. He'd been prowling the seas, hunting for American ships, operating around the Light Gulf area in the Philippines. Strategic spot.
Right.
And on the night of July 29th, his submarine's periscope spots the silhouette, the Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Hashimoto gives the order. Fire is spread. of 6 torpedoes.
6? Wow.
Yeah, standard procedure, launch multiple in a fan pattern, increases the chance of a hit on a moving target. Within minutes, 2 of those torpedoes slammed into the ship.
Catastrophic.
Oh, yeah, ripped right through the hull. The explosion just jolted the crew from their bunks. Chaos erupted. Sailors scrambling to abandon ship.
How fast did it sink?
Just 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Gone, leaving nearly 900 men floating in shark-infested waters with almost nothing. Life jackets, a few rafts.
The source material describes the ocean turning into just a nightmare. What was that like? For those men, adrift, knowing help wasn't immediately coming.
It's almost unimaginable, really.
Yeah.
For 4 harrowing days, these men are just clinging to bits of wreckage, battling brutal dehydration under this scorching sun.
Oh,
Skin blistering, throats parched, constant exposure, the freezing nights, the relentless waves, and then perhaps the most terrifying part, the sharks.
yeah.
Relentless shark attacks. The ocean, which should have been, just water, became a hunting ground. Men desperate, just trying to hold on to hope, huddling together, voices hoarse, singing songs, reciting prayers, anything to keep their spirits from breaking.
Just trying to survive.
But as the hours turned into days, the toll became just unimaginable. Their numbers tragically dwindling with every sunrise. It's horrific to even think about.
But amidst that absolute despair, there was this glimmer of, well, sheer resilience. How were they finally found?
Right. It was eventually, on August 2nd, a pilot, Lieutenant Adrian Marks, he was flying a PBY Catalina, those big seaplanes used for patrol and rescue.
Yeah, I know the way.
He spotted them. Hundreds of men just floating in the vast blue sea. He described the sight later as surreal.
I can only imagine.
He immediately started coordinating a rescue operation. He even landed his seaplane, against orders actually, on rough seas.
Thoroughly, wow.
Yeah, to pull as many men aboard as he possibly could. It's just a powerful example of those individual acts of heroism that can emerge from such desperation.
And the final tally, it's truly heartbreaking. Of the 11,196 men aboard the Indianapolis, only 316 survived.
Just 300.
One of the worst naval disasters in U.S. history. And yet, the mission they completed, delivering that crucial component, it directly helped bring the war to an end. It's such a complex legacy, isn't it? Especially for Captain McVeigh.
Absolutely. The complexity just continued with Captain McVeigh. He was controversially court-martialed.
For what?
Failing to zigzag. That tactical maneuver where a ship changes course unpredictably makes it harder for a sub to get a firing solution.
Ah, right.
Well, the decision to court-martial him sparked this huge outrage and debate. Many argued he was basically made a scapegoat.
For bigger communication failures within the Navy.
Exactly. Broader failures. In fact, Captain Hashimoto, the Japanese subcommander who sank the Indy,
Yeah.
he actually testified in McVeigh's defense. Said zigzagging wouldn't have made a difference, wouldn't have saved the ship.
Wow. That's significant.
Very. Years later, Captain McVeigh was finally officially exonerated by a resolution from Congress. But, the emotional toll of carrying that blame for so long, it remained.
Yeah.
It really highlights the immense pressure and sometimes, the misdirected blame that follows such a profound tragedy.
So as we kind of wrap up this incredible deep dive into the story of the USS Indianapolis, we've traced this journey that began with that highly secret delivery, the little boy bomb's core component, uranium-235, getting to Tinian Island.
Right, the turning point.
A journey that then led to its devastating sinking by the Japanese submarine I-58.
Yeah.
And then those absolutely harrowing 4 days adrift for its crew.
Unimaginable suffering.
It's just a story of immense sacrifice, isn't it? For the 316 men who survived out of nearly 1,200. And then the difficult, controversial aftermath, including Captain McVeigh's court-martial and much later, his exoneration.
And this story, it really forces you to think about that interplay, secrecy, sacrifice, and these huge historical turning points. The USS Indianapolis isn't just about one ship or one mission. It's really a microcosm of war's hidden costs. The human cost of strategic necessity, and the enduring impact of decisions made under immense pressure, often by people who were, completely unaware of the true stakes at the time.
Yeah.
It really encourages us, I think, to consider how often these pivotal moments in history are built on the shoulders of individuals who, at the time, were just doing their duty. unaware.
Absolutely. That bravery found in the shadows of these major historical events, it's profound.
Right.
We really invite you, the listener, to reflect on that. The nature of untold stories, and maybe how knowing the full context of events like the Indianapolis mission changes your understanding of history.
Yeah.
Think about how many other pivotal moments might be built on similar unseen sacrifices, on the unknown duties of ordinary people caught in extraordinary times.